Hi, everyone. Metaphysical Mama. Welcome, welcome back. Or welcome if it's your first visit here. Just going to do a little morning energy reading. It's morning where I am. You can see I'm in my robe. Not that that means anything, but so if you'd like to grab your smoke, grab your blunt and come smoke with me. Got my coffee instead of my tea presently. Starting off with coffee. And let's see. Got a little morning meditation music on. Roll the dice. Ooh, we got Saturn and Gemini in the second house. Ah, that's some heavy energy. Saturn and Gemini in the second house. So we'll do a little pulley pull on that. Saturn. I think I showed you right. I don't know if I showed you the proper side. Saturn. Gemini looks like little twos, twins. And a two. So Gemini, 2 and 2. So let's see how interesting. Let's see if twos keep popping up in the reading today. I'll later go. So how is everybody? What is today? Today is August. It's Thursday. I think it's August 25th, 2021. According to the Julian Gregorian calendar. Those up there for now. Let's see what we got. Spirit, what energy do we need to see, Spirit? What is the collective? What are we feeling today? Holy. Oh. So fear and honesty popped out. I'm not going to look at the rest of those. Say, how we feeling, Spirit? Fear. All these popped out. Blah. I must have to do with the Saturn and Gemini in the second house. So we got fear and honesty. So, right, that's actually super, the fear of being honest, the fear of being our true, authentic self. Is it okay for us to be honest with who we are and what we, right, to say what we fucking need? 7:22 a.m. over here. So that's that's a beautiful I'm happy with those two polls. That's a really good topic starter, Spirit. So fear, I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love, because it can be really hard for us to right, we get so used to being passive aggressive, right, or just allowing things to build up or just to keep going with our routine and our daily grind because we feel like we have to. That's what we're supposed to do. And there's no other way, right? You got to get up, go to work, go to school, make money, you got to pay your bills. Otherwise, what's going to happen? Oh my gosh, blah, blah, blah. So when we have all these thoughts and feelings, they entangle us, wrap us up, and they stick us right in fear. And then we don't move anywhere. We just stay like a robot, running in circles like a dog chasing its tail, yelling at everybody else, telling them why we can't do whatever it is they're doing, or getting mad because they're doing something that we want to do and we can't do it because blah, blah, blah. Because why? Because we chicken shit. you know, it's like, and little by little, we peel the layers away and we give ourselves permission to be honest with what the fuck we're feeling inside. It's okay to feel. It's okay to have crazy thoughts running rampant through your head. You know, it is until it's not, right? So then you slow it down. It's like, it's okay to be stuck in traffic. It's okay to have all those cars on the road. You know, you can't do nothing about it. You just got to have patience, right? When you're stuck in traffic. It's kind of like that. So too many thoughts in our heads, too many feelings causes confusion and massive illusions. And then we just give up and we get stuck in fear and we just turn into robots. Right. So that's how it's been for a long time. So as we're digging through Dark Night of the Soul, as we're digging through all of our shit, all of our skeletons in our closet, right? Trying to awaken our inner child and say, hey, remember what I used to like to do? I used to like to do all these creative things. I used to like to use my imagination, right? I wasn't always so grumpy. I wasn't always so short tempered. What are the things you used to like to do? Remember. And even if you can't do them right now, it's like, don't feel regret because you haven't been able to do them. Remember, and that memory, allow that memory to be grateful because you're starting to build and you're starting to open the doors again, right? For expansion. And you can only do that little by little. At the bottom of the description, I wrote slow and steady wins the race. So I'm seeing there was a reason I was like, how come I'm putting a snail in there and slow and steady? I don't even know what I'm talking about yet. See, it always comes into it always comes into play. So you're not in a rush. You don't have to beat the clock. You don't have to beat time. You don't have to say, oh, I can't do it, so fuck it and throw it somewhere. Right? This is where we, again, gently confront our fears of all the things that we might be, say, embarrassed to do. I used to want to do that, but I can't do that now. I'm too old. I'm a mother, I'm a father, I'm a husband, a wife. I have a job. I have all these responsibilities, whatever they are, right? But if you had children, isn't your responsibility to nurture and guide your children in a loving, kind way? Isn't it best when we're creative with our children and when we have a balance, when we're coming from a balanced place, so we're not instilling fear into them? I'm very I'm going to just say something. I can't even believe how many parents are running around right now, forcing this stuff with their, and I apologize because I have respect for everybody that's going through things and the fear with the virus and all this and the vaccine. But again, please do your research because if you're not doing your research as an adult and coming from a calm, balanced place, how are these children going to be okay? Whether there was a virus, there wasn't a virus, there's a vaccine to fix it, there's not. I mean, really, if you're all running around, if adults are running around and not doing their research and pointing their fingers at children, telling them what they have to do and being all short tempered and yelling at them and telling them to wear their mask and wash their hands and oh my God, and blah, blah, blah. Well, are you not, what are you, Hitler? You see what I'm saying? If that triggered you or, right, or if it at least made you giggle because you know somebody that is acting that way, yeah, is that healthy? Motherfucker, you're the virus. You are the virus. See what I'm saying? If you don't have capability and ability to come from a balanced place and right, you didn't do your research, you're just listening to the media or whatever is being cast out or thrown out, right? Jesus is a fisher of men, right? What's a fishing line? What's a sentence? A line, right? What is the reporter's report on the media? Pre-scripted narrative lines. They read lines off the teleprompter. They're not coming from their heart. They're reading something that some asshole wrote on a piece of paper and has everybody repeating. So then everyone that watches all these channels, right? Like when we say I'm a channeler, right? I get If we're going to get technical with terms, which please don't quote me and don't call me these things, because I don't call myself these things. I'm only using these words so I can have some kind of description to communicate with you about how I interpret, right, my world from within, and I'm able to share it with you, right? So for me, I'm a high empath, so I feel things that others are feeling. And it took me a long time to understand that not all the feelings I feel are mine, and not all the thoughts I'm having are mine. So we're all a channel, right? Like Tesla said, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in the terms of frequency, vibration, and sound. Right? How are you watching me on here right now, right? Like fiber optics, or now we have 5G. I don't even know if it's still fiber optic, but right, it's like but fiber optics. So how fast does the speed of light travel? How quickly can you change the channel, the channel, this YouTube channel or Facebook, right, that you're watching right now, or on a TV with a remote with an invisible wave, right, that talks to the happy digital, the digital cable box, and instantly you can see a different picture. So how come you, right? So we have that same ability with our thoughts, right? Move a thought, move a muscle, change a thought, change a direction. So if I'm not having good thoughts and feelings at the moment, in the present moment I am in, either I have to go, it's like, right, well, I have to take the time and space to breathe and honor myself, right? I have to be honest because I'm going through some shit. So I'm going to have to go through that shit, period. Or just ask for it to be cleared, right? Ask for a little relief. Use your words. But if you're not getting in touch with whatever you're feeling and thinking, and you're just allowing everything to go, and then you're listening to the meat, and then you're right. So you're listening to the tell a vision, right? Tell a vision, right? They're just telling you a vision that somebody else, right, that they're repeating, because this is how the Cabal and occult and all that work. They use numerology and old narratives. They just change the names, right? Same old story, same old song and dance, my friends. So we get the same old song and dance. They just change the names, and then people are confused, and then people argue because they're like, no, that's what this is. No, that's what they said it was. They just changed it. But did you see? They're changing their thoughts and feelings, or they're just moving them around. That's like triple card Monty. It's like, oh, which one's which, right? What? Guess which one? Right here. Guess which one is the fear card, and guess which one's honesty. Let's guess. We'll say this one's fear. Ah, nice. I guessed right. But that was just like so. But triple card Monty, right? Or when they or with the cups and the balls, and he move stuff around. So they're shifting things, and then by the time you look, it's like, and you guessed, and you look, and then you're like, oh, you picked the wrong one, or you picked the one with the, that's empty. But don't get mad. You're running to the gambler. The house always wins, right? Like if you go to the casino, they're gonna. If you start doing good in a casino, right? You made a big winning. And please kindly like, subscribe, and ding the little belly bell so you can get notified, Soul Tribe. You go to a casino and you win a good amount, they're gonna right away, they're watching, right? They're watching from the cameras, right? Who's watching? Who's watching? The watchers. Who's watching? Is God watching? Somebody's watching. Look at how many satellites are everywhere. And what you're looking for is looking for you. People that have been doing dirty shit and getting away with it for a long time. It's like you're just building a bigger case for yourself. it don't matter how much you try to switch things around, because science, physics, and the science that's going on right now in the 3D, it's about to flip. I mean, right. Anyhow, let me go back to the casino thing. So if you happen to win, right, they're gonna keep you there. They're watching through the cameras and they're like, oh, don't let them leave. They just won a whole shit ton of money. If they leave with it, then the house is out, right? So they're gonna tell you, oh, we give you a nice penthouse room, right? They're gonna treat you like royalty. Is that because they like you? Because they're so happy that you're in their casino? No, once you have no money, they're like, later, they don't care. But they want to keep you there. If you're about to take their money out of there, right? The winnings. Mm-hmm. So, right, that's like the wolf in sheep clothing. So, of course, they're going to like, yeah, give you a whole bunch of stuff, right? It's like the devil. Is the devil going to come with big horns and scary? I mean, it might come bringing fear, you know, or is that the perception in your mind? Or does the devil show up like everything you ever wanted? And trust me, I know. I know the devil well. I think that motherfucker used, you know, I'm not, he used to hide under my bed when I was little. I remember jumping off my bed like, leave me alone. I know you're there. Stop it. I was little. I remember having stuff under my bed. I used to have to literally, every morning, I had to jump very far off my bed to like, and it was kind of like being like in a boat. You had to jump from like the water onto the land almost. It's like the, you know, so going back into the, say, great children's imagination, but also that's not an imagination. It's like as I was growing up, you know, I thought stuff like that. I didn't know. Was it real? Was it not? I remember always like hanging out in the bushes at my grandmother's house, in the Pachysandra and stuff, Pachysandra. And she lived more like in a woodsy area. So I remember very, very clearly like communicating with fairies and gnomes and lots of little people, little people, I say. And I still do. You know, I'm so grateful that now, like, it's like, oh, everything that, right, all our dreams are coming true. The worlds are colliding, literally. So it is scary. And that's also part of the, you know, what they're calling the virus. It's just different star systems coming together. So it's going to bring, absolutely, it's going to bring fear because it's unknown. Right? But the only thing to fear is fear itself. If we're in a fearful state of being, now we're attracting negativity to us, right? It's like if I get some kind of information about somebody like not feeling well or they're fucked up, right? They're on drugs or they're, you know, drinking a lot or they're doing something, right? We got cheating men that, you know, go bareback. We got there's so many different things that we have to worry about, right? Ladies and gentlemen, both of us on all sides. And again, right, people do things and then they're afraid to be honest with us. Or they say one thing and then they, right? Because why? Because fear's a bitch. Are we going to be accepted? Are they still going to love us? Right? I have these, right, bad things that I like or that I do or that I don't know how to stop doing. I'm going to be rejected. They're not going to love me anymore. If they think or they know, blah, 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 right? I've gone through that. I was a drunk bitch at one point, and I'm really grateful I was. I grew up in an alcoholic family, so I grew up with alcoholics. So, and I grew up with codependent alcoholics that didn't know they were alcoholics and still have no idea, you know, just like all of America is one big alcoholic. That's from the Algol star system. The humans are from Algol. It's ALGOL or ALGHOL. It's a star system, as read like this. That's what we call our sun. And it goes up and it goes down. It's like a J hook. And then it blinks out. and come back in. Look it up. Homework, homework. Algol, star system. Last call for alcohol, which we also call moonshine, right? They say nothing that's happened hasn't happened under the sun, right? Okay, so well, what happens when the sun goes down at sunset? Right, my Egyptian right sets up Osiris. And if you're not familiar with that story, please look into that too. The story of Osiris and Isis and Set and Nephthys, right? Set could do magic. So he said, I bet you can't fit into that box. And everybody at the party wanted to try and get into the box. It was special made for Osiris. Haha. And then Osiris, because right, is kind of cocky ego or not, or it gets looked at that way, or we could say like Hercules, right? Um, so he's like, oh, I'll get in. So it's like when we know how somebody's going to behave or react, it's like, you know, that family member, and it's like, oh, they're totally going to fall for that. They're totally going to fall for that one. So is Lucifer a fallen one? Are you? Or are you high and mighty? What goes up must come down, right? And nature always goes back to its original source. So that doesn't mean like, oh, we disappear and just go back into nothing. No, it means we're evolving, and what you've forgotten or what you've left behind, what you need is going to come back to you, maybe in memory, maybe by having a conversation with another person, because you're allowing and taking that time and space because you care about yourself that much, instead of saying you don't have time to have a conversation, instead of saying you can't because blah, 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 blah. Why'd the chicken cross the road? So if you don't have time, chicken, if you don't have time, chicken, because you're too busy with all those thoughts and feelings that you haven't gone through that are bobbling around inside of you. It's like, are you clear? Do you have a nice calm? Are you able to clear your mind of thoughts so that you're receiving pure information? Are you able to use your breath to calm your internal turmoil? Because really all it is it's right, it's alchemy. So you're having a mixture. We're made of all the elements. So when we have thoughts and feelings, those things get right mixed up, get shaken up. It's like shaking a soda bottle, depending, or right, or we have fear. Every emotion's connected to an organ in the body too. So if you're in a pattern of fear, anxiety, panic, and if you're taking pre-scripted medications, right? And anything I say on here, do not use and say like, oh, doctor, like I'm not here to give medical advice. This is what I'm saying. So like labels and all those things to me, I'm only using the language that we've all right invented so that we have ability to communicate. That's why it says take what resonates and leave the rest. And when people get more used to doing that, so they have ability to have balance from within, then they're not going to keep pointing at everybody else. One finger pointed out, you have three more pointed at you. And I can get intense on my channel and say quite a lot of stuff, but that's spirit coming through me. So it's like stuff that's been hidden or in the dark, or again, that other people are too in fear to say certain things. Like I don't have to go out and call it on the rooftop, but if spirit's giving me a message to put out and to use my vocal cords and my mouth, my trumpet to say something, well, I'm going to say it. I'm not going to allow another man to put me in fear. God and spirit are directing me to bring a message, right? So that's it. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm not going to apologize for that. If somebody has a problem with that and you're being triggered, then you need to do some work. If you feel that you have to go get like a gang of people or go tell all these, go be a gossiper and a naysayer and go say things to all these other people, and right, because now your plan is becoming what? Unraveled. Well, then you should take a look at that. Because again, there's three others at least looking at you. Because whatever you're trying to do, yeah, ain't gonna happen no more. You should look behind you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, snap. Don't be in fear. This is all about honesty here. So any like right anything that any person, place, or thing where there's discrepancies in the balance in the system, because this is massive accounting, reconciling on a massive scale. That's like if you own or work at a company and you get audited, this is a massive audit. So humans have been right doing things for a long time. And that's funny because a lot of the readings are talking about like the tarot readers. I've been picking up on the energy. I listen and it's like I'm like, it's not making too much sense in my personal microcosm life. Some of it is. However, but it's like on a grander scale because I've already kind of took those weeds out of my garden. But although they're still there, they grow back and they're just not as dominant. Yeah. Once you start plucking the weeds, right? Once you start trimming your bushes, once you start doing whatever you need to do, it right, and then organizing, having everything has its place, which not one for me. Everything's a disorganized mess, an organized mess. Sorry. I just call myself an organized mess. It's like my shit. I try to clean it up, and again, like my bed becomes my desk. I have books everywhere, so it's like whatever I'm doing. But it's like, but I know where they are. I know what they're open to, and like it's like until I'm done, and then I put it all back again. And then as soon as I put it back, here it comes again, and I'm like, oh geez, I give up. So I try, and it looks a little like But when people come in, they're like, oh, it's so comforty in here. Or like, so I'm like, really? And to me, I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm in like a tower of books surrounding me and cards. Ah. um. Anyhow, I digress. But going back to person, places, or things. Being honest on a grander scale. On the grander scale, it's like there's the cosmic clock, the galactic clock. Right. Right now, what time is it, Mr. Fox? It's 7:47 Eastern Standard Time in the tri-state arena presently. My time. But the time is always now. That's just what it says on the clock, right? Like in California, it's 3 hours behind. In China, I have no idea because I'm not good with all that stuff. But right, and it's like it's a different time everywhere, right? Or people that like to drink, and I bartend, and like I said, like to drink, and right, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. That's the excuse for a drinker to have a drink, even if it's 2 in the afternoon or 8 at night, right? Well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere else. So let's start saying to yourself, the time is what? Which is also in the description. The time is always now. What time is it? Oh, it's now. If I'm starting to go through energies that I need to take a look at, which is thoughts and feelings that are causing a allergic reaction within my body, within my vessel, within my container. And let me just say, my Mars babies and Mercuries and like Anunnaki and Draconians, hello, we love you, Orions. We're all coming together. It's not about, there ain't no war to fight. There's nothing to fight, right? Humans. If you're in a fighting stance, again, if you have something that you're, right, that energy, you need to take a look at what's going on in there. And you probably need a hug. We need a hug. I'll give you a hug. Air hug. That's why it's one love. None of us, so we're all perfectly imperfect. And anything, if you take the time and space, again, allow, instead of just the story you heard. Like, what's the story with like a cranky lion, right? Is that Leo the lion when we were little? And it's like, and the lion's like, "Rah, rah, rah," and he's all mean, or like, you even say it's like Bigfoot. So if he doesn't speak our language, but he got a big ass fucking splinter in his poor little paw that every time he steps down, it's just, and it's throbbing. But he doesn't know how to express that pain. He doesn't know how to tell you. He doesn't, right? He has something stuck in his foot and he can't get it out. But you just pull your weapons out and try to attack it when it's trying to come for help. It's trying to trust you. Well, now who's the bad guy? You know, out of fear, we do a lot of stupid shit. We get scared and assume and we jump, right? Again, slow and steady wins the race. Thank you, Spirit. What a beautiful, like, I'm enjoying this reading and doing this in the morning. Cool energy. I can't always do so because I download so much information in the morning. But this is a very nice little change. Just a little. And just a little is just enough. Right? Being grateful and appreciative and acknowledging like different moments in time. Like usually I can't do that, or I'm doing this, or I'm a little more in fear to do something at that time because I have too much going on inside my mind, inside my head, inside my body. I'm feeling too, I'm going, right? So it's like I can't do that right now because I'm not in the right vibration. So see, when we acknowledge that about ourselves, we don't have to apologize to somebody else like that. You could apologize. It's like, right, that's what you say though. It's like, just be honest. Sometimes we say we're going to do something and then, right, it's like it's like, yeah, then, and then we're freaking out in fear because we already now committed to something. We made a contract. We said yes, which is the devil. Devil means contract. Another virgin version of the word devil. Devil means contract. Etymology, look it up. Or it means ego. It means a lot of things. Or backwards, it spells lived. Devil's in the details. Right? So if humans are the babies on the tree of life, which they are, you're not going to have as much knowledge and, right, awareness, and you're going to be in a lot more fear due to the fact of false evidence appearing real because you've believed certain things, right? Believe, in the middle of the word believe is a lie. There's a lie in the middle of every belief. So don't mean we're stupid. Don't mean we're dumb. Don't mean we're so like what, we've been tricked. And no, we've just come to a certain point and everything was valid and absolute and meant what it meant and it was good. We all needed what we needed to get to where we are right now. And that don't mean now we throw all that away. No, gently. Can't build a building in one day, right? You didn't get to where you are instantly. It takes time and space and you, right? To be honest with yourself about what you need in this now moment and to slow it down. You don't have to listen. So listen to I watch once in a while. It's like but you take what resonates and leave the rest. If you use that as literally take what resonates and leave the rest. Truth comes right here. So whatever your name is, right? My name is Sarah, or my name is Metaphysical Mama, or my name is the Nutty Squirrel Girl. I'm gonna have a channel for the Nutty Squirrel Girl too soon, and I'm gonna do a kids channel with like, so no swearing and complete fun and like science and nature. And, you know, so I'm going to be doing quite a lot of things. And it's all going to be tied in with Metaphysical Mama. But, you know, this is more for, right, you know, again, discernment. You know, certain things we don't do or say in front of our children, because why? Because they're not ready to hear that yet, or because it would get it would put them in fear, or they might take it the wrong, right? Yeah, which is the same thing that's been happening here, Adam and Eve, right, for a long time, right? It's like when your parents go away on vacation or somewhere, and they're like, all right, or you're at you're at a timeshare or whatever, you're rented a house. Now parents are coming back, or if anybody remembers Weird Science, watch the movie Weird Science if you've never watched that. And if you have watched it, watch it again, because that shit's funny. And remember, it's alive. So it's like, yeah, your parents go away, right? Or people think God left, they've been abandoned, right? Well, we're on different, again, clocks. So even though a lot of us, we're still walking around, right? But our memory done swung out in a whole nother orbit on a whole nother star system. So we're missing all these pieces, right? Don't forget, God fragmented himself so he could have an experience, Mother, Father, God, right? So it's like, look at this little angel. It's like, if this is originally got all these little, right? It's like the universal God, or you ever see a kaleidoscope, right? The universal mind. Everything is intertwined. So everything blends and everybody has little pieces and it travels through. So if the mother's like the receiving magnet, like the quarterback, kind of, right? It's like then that's pulling everything in. And then the father's like Mars, it's the drive, right? Like Hermes in Greek mythology and what have you has wings on his hat and wings on his feet. He's the messenger of the gods and man. So he's going in between, right? Bringing things, right? Thoth and Hermes, they bring things back and forth from to the one to the other. They're traveling, or one's traveling and the other, right? Because Thoth is, hold on, I'm so happy I'm getting this information right now. Yay. So it's like quantum physics, quantum mechanics, right? How so when we're receiving information as a channel, we're allowing that energy to fall into our stream, our field. But if we don't slow down, then it's just like you're getting hit with a wave, right? Then it's, you're not going to know what yeah, right? So slow it down. So you're not getting static. It's like, again, a radio station. You want it to come in clear, but it's not, right? I'm making sense. I hope I'm making sense to you. Right. So like, right. So the different fragments, we all have a piece of God within. You have a spark of divinity within you. Absolutely. And if you don't believe you do, well, you're believing a lie. You gotta dig. Dig for gold, motherfuckers. Gold diggers. Grave digger. When you dig my grave, could you make it shallow so that I can feel the rain? I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Okay, so again, honesty. So I'm going to give you a little homework assignment, and it's so easy. Say your name. Say my name. Say my name. Say your name, not my name. Well, you can pretend and say mine too, because that'll be this is the good part. This is the part of the lesson. So if you say your name, right? My name is Sarah. So if I say my name is Sarah, there's just calm water because it's the truth. There's a calm feeling to it. Say wherever you live, right? So you say your name and feel what that feels like. My name is, I know it sounds like a silly exercise, but right, we got to go back old school, back to the basics. And after we get to the basics, we're going to go where we never went before and go down into the roots. right? In the dark, under is where all the action's going on. We see the beauty up top, so we can be scared of what we don't see underneath, right? And the tree of life is different than the tree of knowledge, and there's many trees of knowledge. All right. So now say something that's not true. Say, my name is, right? I'll say Patricia. See, so there's my name is Sam. It's like there's there's a weird wave. The energy that travels through the body. It's like, yeah. Oh, it's like a, ugh. What is a, ugh. So a lie feels like a snake or a worm, whether you're telling it or someone else is. Energy never lies, people do. So once you start to become more and more and more in tune with what you are, right, are aware, so you have that balance. So it's like, okay, I don't have to argue whether it's right or wrong, or because again, we lie because we're in fear of being honest, because we won't be accepted or we won't be loved, or we're just unaware, right? We're ignorant. We're ignorant N words. And that's what that N word means. I hate that fucking word. That's what that word means. You're unwilling. That means you are unwilling to expand your mind. So then you're Lucifer and Satan and the devil. All of the above and then some. See what I'm saying? So if you're an unwilling participant, that's cool. We're not going to force you because we're not in the business of force. That's why you have free will, right? So see, this is where it gets a little, say, tricky, but however, no, it's not. You have to make a decision, right? And if you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. That's a Rush song. So, you know, this is where we're coming out of, again, alcoholism and codependency. And we're putting on our big girl and boy pants, but we don't need to run around in our pants all the time like that. You want to come childlike, like the old Frosted Mini Wheats commercial. And the adults are all working and going about their day, and they got to keep going. And so, right, they're in their business clothes and their fancy clothes, and then they eat some Frosted Mini Wheats, and it's just wheat on one side, and the other it's frosted. So it's like, oh, it helps you to remember what it's like to be a child. 9 of Cups, Aquamarine. I trust in the flow of life. Sorry about the glare. Glares. And the bottom, oh, nice. We have Temperance. I find clarity through calm. Blue calcite. And this wants to come out too, whatever this is. So this is the bottom of the deck. Temperance, which is beautiful. Again, we're alchemizing. So nice and slow it down. So you have awareness of how much you're scattering and running all over the place, jetting and jolting and jumping. Slow down, slow down. Yeah, little hooker. Is that what he said? That's brand Nubian song. Don't be offended. I'm just singing. Slow down. 44 minutes and 4 seconds in as we. I love that. Oh, Empress. Upside down Empress. Right? So when we're not in balance, we upside down, whichever direction you come, right? So again, as we're alchemizing, this is Master Alchemy, twin flames and divine feminines and divine masculines and 144s and star seeds and crystal babies and indigos and humans. And what is human? We're all walking around in a human body vessel, which is also Allah. Arm, leg, arm, head. Anything with an arm, a leg, an arm, and a head is a sentient being of God. and anything outside, everything is of God, right? So everything outside of the human vessel is of God. And then we make material and use material, and right, by connecting with the divine to have all the amazing material things that we have, right? And then we have technology. That's a different AI, different God than the material, different than the spiritual, right? Mother, father, son. All three have to, right, be tempered: physical, material, spiritual, right? In order to have balance. I create what I choose naturally and with joy. So I create what I choose naturally and with joy. But this was upside down, right? So if we're not in a balanced place, we're scattering shit all over. We're giving our information away. We're giving our resources away. You know, it's just kind of what I'm doing right now, right? But I don't feel like that. I'm sharing because I'm coming from a place of love where I'm not expecting anything except the hope and dream that this will go to, right, wherever it needs to go. So those that are ready for it are able to, and it will just keep, right? These are seeds. So as we plant seeds, more grow. And that's all I know. And that's why, right, I choose to create naturally. That's that's and with joy. I can't push a seed to grow. I can throw a whole bunch of seeds out and then like it's like cool. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna keep nurturing them. I'm gonna keep doing what I can and sending love and checking on them, but I can't, right? If I yell at them or say, right, then. But sometimes, right, as a human, as a person, sometimes we need a little fire lit under our ass. Yeah. Sometimes we need a little push because when we're comfortable, we don't want to move because we're, right. Change puts us in fear, the unknown. We like to know what to expect. When we know we're going to get our paycheck, when we know that we have our house, we have our bills are paid, right? Then you're, oh, but you're still just maintaining. It's like if you've manifested something sick, right? Dis-ease, discord in your body, and you have something that's showing, okay, so now say you went to a doctor, you're taking medicine or some kind of prescription. Is that healing you or is that helping you to maintain your daily grind, your daily life? Because you feel bad that now you can't do what you did before and now all these things are wrong. Well, are you in fear? You went running to somebody asking them for help, which is fine. Absolutely. Doctors are amazing. But then we have to, again, take what resonates, leave the rest. It's there to help us. But now we're going to open new books. So we're going to start looking into like Eastern philosophy, combining Eastern and Western philosophy, right? Allowing different information to come in so we can see a bigger picture. So we're not scraping and pawing and yelling and pointing and blaming and just accepting being sick. It's just not, that's not acceptable. Honesty. It is so important. Your health is your wealth. And if people, oh, it's funny, it kind of matches, that's so funny. It matches my robe. Ah, thank you, Paola. My friend Paola gave me this robe a long time ago, and I love it so much. I'm so grateful for this robe. 808. Oh, as I'm talking about my girl Paola. Oh, so much love. Mwah, to you, Paola and family. So my battery is about to die. My battery is about to go. And we're almost an hour in. So I'm going to pretty much leave it there because I'm going to, get my morning going too and get at it. Go get some. I didn't even brush my teeth yet. Oh, we got two. Oh, see, oh, this is crazy. New day. Morning manna with mama. So good, right? Flip your thought. You got to look at the positive and the negative. Don't let somebody else flip your pole and make you think only negative things, right? It's like look at the other side, right? Allow yourself to have more thoughts and feelings and try to look from another's perspective. How come, right, that lion that you think is a lion that's running around growling and yelling, is he bad or does he have a boo-boo? Maybe your lesson is to be a little more calm and nurturing instead of reacting and be right. Maybe are you having a judgment? Are you reacting? Are you coming from envy and jealousy and pride? Has your ego been damaged, right? That's the devil. If your ego's been harmed, then it's like we turn into a little kid. It's like, ugh. So then, right, the devil comes to protect. You're going to let them treat you that way. Those thoughts and feelings, that's right, devilish behavior. So when internally, when we're having those kind of thoughts and feelings, it's like then the devil and Satan are driving our vehicle, right? We're allowing those two things to duke it out on either side of us, right? Angel on one side, devil on the other, right? Or like Pinocchio, Jiminy Cricket, right? But inside you knocked the angel off or Jiminy Cricket and you're hanging out with the devil and Satan, which is right. Again, they're family to me. That's also right. Santa Claus and like just right, like the jokester, the trickster, the jester. If you went to the crossroads and you made a deal with the jester, well, I don't know. Did you pay money to have, right? Did you try to sacrifice something else by making a deal, right? With one of my brothers or sisters at the crossroads? I don't know. Tell the truth. So we got honesty and truth, right? I mean, it's like so cool. You know, energy never lies. Honesty, truth. These are only cards we pulled. That's so good. And Nine of Cups. I trust in the flow of life. I find clarity through calm. And I create what I choose naturally and with joy, right? And gratitude. So I can lose the attitude. So I'm able to see in the dark what is within and beyond when I remain calm and in my present now, because that's the only time there is now. That's why they call it the present. Oh no, brown cow. So there's a lot of misperceptions, misinformation, right? It's like we just missed it. I just missed you. It doesn't have to be bad. It's like, oh, we just didn't quite connect. It's not quite the great. So, right? Allow it to come around again. And please kindly like, subscribe, and hit the bell, and please share as well. And yeah. I really enjoyed that. I hope you did too. I so appreciate your time and energy and you spending this time and energy, right? Spending and allowing and connecting, right? With me in this space. And all I can leave for us all is love here. And when we come from that place, we've already won the race. So when we're having feelings of negativity and thoughts that bring us pain, sometimes we need to go through them and find that calm place. I find clarity when I'm calm, where you can come to the place where you have no name. Remember, you're a divine creature, multi-dimensional light being that has the ability to walk around and have all these thoughts and feelings as a human, right? The hues of man, the colors of man. A hue is a color, right? Hues, multi-dimensional light beings, right? You're a rainbow starseed from the stars, babies. Did you forget who you are? Or maybe you just didn't get to know yet because you've been so busy being human, which is an amazing thing. But now you get to evolve into more than you were before. And you still keep your human self. Death and rebirth happens right now, in the now. And it never stops. So we're always shedding skin, right? Hasn't your skin changed a lot since you were born in it? Hmm? All right, my phone's about to go. Mwah, 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 mwah. One love, and thank you so much again. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell, and I'll be back in a little while. I think I'm gonna do some I'm gonna do another reading, different kind, in a bit. All right, mwah. Peace out. Let's keep swimming.